go over game 2. I will do game 3. I'm sorry, game 1 a little bit later. So we will begin through this one. Let's check out everything, make sure everything's good here. Some of these trades in top lane you're taking just a little too aggressively. So the important thing to always do is to buffer like his stun. So when he does that, so you should actually knock up when he's spinning. So you should hit him into the air while he's spinning because it stuns him at the same time. So you want to trade the cooldowns in that way. Obviously you can W as well, but the thing, so if you watch a lot of higher elo players, what they will do is if there's a jack stun or some telegraph stun coming through, they will buffer it with another one of their abilities. So their ability, even while they're CC'd, their ability will still go off. So like Zac Jump is another good example versus like Renata. So like, or Zac even Q. So little things like that you can buffer a little bit. So even though you're CC'd, their ability still goes off. And he either CCs them or does damage to them. You don't need to walk up there. You took some trade that you didn't need to. This was good. That was so close. So this was a good collapse. I like what you guys did here. I like the rotation over. I think all this is good so far. No mana. I'd probably reset here because you have no mana. It's just a little scary to stay. And this is good for you guys to trade grubbies for Drake. That's good. It's like here, like you have your W and your E up. There's no way you should be stunned there. The fact that you held your E is really telling. And your W, like you needed to use one or the other. You can't not use either. So like right here, onto you, you have all sums up, or not sums, all abilities up. Right when he jumps on, you either have to W right now to dodge the stun, or you E to knock him up so he is CC'd while you're stunned as well. The fact that we didn't do either is what leads to you dying here. Alternatively, you right when he jumps on you, you ult instantly, you W his stun, then hit him with the ult, and then the follow up with an E. So it's just comboing properly, using your abilities to, like I said, negate his CC. So that one you could have very easily buffered his CC with either the W or the E knockup. So we'll go back to the rest of the map. So playing towards the bot. I mean, we're perma push. This is unsurprising. You guys just need to be more careful there. We know Mumu's topside, so he's not in a place to respond. It's alright, like it's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, our Draven almost pops off here. That would have been nuts. See, there was a little bit better, I think. So, so right there, so you knocked up, your W wasn't great, but your knock up was really good with the in combo with his. So that was good. So that's how you should have played it the first time. So we're in a pretty good spot. Draven has a huge CS lead, and this is how we want the early game playing out. Reset timer. Yeah, look at this. That was a fine reset timer for Draven. Because this wave is going to bounce into you, so that's fine. Should naturally bounce into you. Then you guys perma push. So in instances like this, so right here, like here, let's fast forward a little bit. So we had a Mumu here. He was clearing, right? A Mumu's clearing. We have hard shove. So what we can do here, this is kind of some of the stuff we talked about last night. Even if they're full health, it's okay to gank because you can still get summoners. Like, just because people are full health, we shouldn't be calling off ganks, which I think is something that Oni said is we were calling, oh, they're full health, don't even gank, when that's not how that should work, particularly in a lane like this where we do have so much damage. Like Draven, Rumble, with lockdown of a Mumu, even if they're full health, it shouldn't matter. If they're extended or anything like that, well, obviously tower diving is a little different. But here, we could easily transition Gromp. We could easily push this wave in with Rumble coming down, helping Draven pushes, and then we can invade. So if a dive isn't there, and we're still playing around bot side, why not just take control of this entire sector? If we can control this sector, a Mumu can move his clear to being horizontal rather than vertical, and we win the bot lane, because Amumu's down here and Jarvan has to play up here the entire time. And sure, he gets this section, but we're getting this section. So I think that you guys could have transitioned the lane push into getting priority into the opposing jungle, getting deeper vision, placing wards here, like right here, placing vision like right on red, placing vision at this spot, and placing vision here. Like, we could have just taken over. Because we had perma prio whenever we wanted to, we got prio on this lane. So we should be able to have vision. We should be able to have the deep vision, and we should be able to invade. Because like right now, that's what J4 is doing. He got vision right here, and so he knows this is up. He's going to go in and invade. Whereas instead of resetting, you could have done the exact same thing, but we need to communicate, hey, we have priority. Let's push. And the reason he was able to do this is both his top and his jungle have priority. And I think it's... Krugs are good. We kind of throw in the first game going for these, but they are not the be-all. I do think there's some times where we could steal one or two. I think that just is a little bit more in terms of communicating, hey, let's just grab one here and then leave it. Because remember, only the one grabs XP. So if we have the opportunity and we're playing towards it, that's different. But we should be hard playing towards bot lane. So now we invade a little bit, but your team isn't in a spot to be able to help you yet. So it should be getting priority first, and then we look to invade. And we should be able to get these visions, get deep. Because I guess he got these, but... now your entire top side's up, and you're not getting a whole lot. And right now, it's fine. I think you need a TP back. You got a kill, which is great. Now you need a TP in. Yeah, that's good. So I'm off. So this is good. We got the Drake. We're playing fairly well. Like I said, I think for this lane, particularly of how safe these guys are playing, we had an ample opportunity to force invades onto J4, and then after invades, tower dive. I do think you, Rumble, and Draven need to be a little bit more aggressive in lane. There's a couple times where you guys aren't trading. They're able to stay healthy because you guys aren't trading as hard. And it's good to focus, like, obviously you need to focus CS here. But you should be pushing. And then, like, why are we backing off so far? Like, Swain just W'd from here. Like, we can see Swain. Why are we backing off so far? We need to be way more aggressive here. We have vision. We have vision. This ward probably needs to be up here, but that's okay. As they start clearing out, okay, now we need to back off. Okay, we're going to back off here. That's good. They're starting to play, like, Milio all of a sudden starts playing aggressively. Okay, we back off. It's clearing vision. We need to be careful. We don't want to go too far here. And I do think for Malzahar, like, you have permanent push. So when you push here, look to rotate down. Like, look to make a play. Like, every time you push, you're pushing and you're staying in lane. As Malzahar, what you want to do is you want to push and rotate towards your win con, or where you want to fight. So Mumu, if obviously here it's a little harder because Mumu's not down here, but we could push and we should be moving towards bot lane, clearing out vision, giving them opportunities, giving them more vision, because really our win condition is we want this Draven to snowball really, really hard. And right now he is doing well. He's up a lot of CS, but he hasn't got the cash in yet. So I do think in lane, I think you guys, and I know you guys haven't played the style much, but I do think you guys need to be more aggressive in your trade patterns. You're playing too safe. And there are times, like obviously there's times to be playing safe, but I think you guys have, the entire laning phase have been playing a little too safe throughout it. It's like right here, wave pushed, great opportunity to roam. So let's see what we do here. Got a plate. That was it. Whereas we could, like I said, we could have easily roamed there. This Jax should have killed you. Good trade though. Good flash. Push and roam. Roam with a Mumu. Get deep vision in here. Right now it's hard. You can't actually do that because your bot lane's not there. But like right now, this is the opportunity for jungle and mid to move in here and again get vision with the team. Just like Draven and Rumble had opportunities to push in and then come get vision and try and find get a Mumu leads here or find J4 or things like that. This is the same thing here. We shouldn't just be sitting in the lane. We should be pushing in and then moving with a Mumu to help him and help secure any leads that he can get here. And then when we see vision, one thing we need to do too, protect vision, things like that. Like if we don't know he's here, but if we can find out he's here, if we can drop vision to try and get these deeper visions, it'll let us know. And with this blue just died, so that is an indicator. Like you could totally dive here, guys. Like we could set up to dive. You have TP top. Yes, top loses some stuff, but where's the communication? And hey, we could dive. They have a wave stacked. A Mumu was here. Ornn has TP. Malzahar's moving down. They're on Rift. I think you guys, there's little opportunities like that where it's like, hey, Malzahar won't be here for this. But we can position, this wave, we could totally could have dove this wave. It requires some timing in terms of CC chains and things like that, but that was a really good, even if they're full health with the amount of damage we have, and then a Mumu tanking, and then if Ornn TP's in, Ornn tanking a little bit, that was a really good opportunity to tower dive. So I think, like I said, you guys need to be more proactive. It's okay to take these risky plays to snowball occasionally, and it feels like you guys are just playing very, very, very safe, both as a jungle and as a bot lane. Where it's no, let's trade a little bit more. Let's force them out. You guys weren't trading very frequently, and that's what Rumble and Draven are needing to do is just hard trade throughout the entire entirety of it. I do like that. I mean, we swapped. That's good. So right here, let's look at this way. We have vision. We know Swain is rotating down. This is fine. See, this is a good trade. I like this. This is good. The stun was bad. That was a good flash. So that was a more aggressive trade, obviously, but I think we could have totally done it. We could have made it work if earlier we had been more aggressive. That's the type of trading I want to see. Yeah, it didn't work out, but that's what we should be seeing. I do think the only thing here is being well extended. I don't like this ward here. At this point in the game, I think this ward should be right here. This is fine in the early game, but later in the game you want to get closer to the Krugs or the Raptors so you can see them. So I think that's the only thing here that I would be hey, you know, this could have been a little bit prepped. That's why we died, probably, is the sword is just not quite as deep as it needs to be, and that comes back to getting deeper vision, working together as a team to get that vision. We also zoned in a little too much there, Taddy, just like you walked into the wall. That's fine, I mean, this is fine. You at this point, you can't fight Swain. You need to poke him down when he's full health. I think you... well, you can't burst him there. That's just learning the matchup. Another one where we just play, like, we just are, like, this is hard. I know you want to be aggressive here. I know you're trying to be aggressive. I think you're rotating down to try and help here. But this is really, really hard to be aggressive. Your mid lane is here. Your bot lane is respawning. Their bot lane will be respawning. And so staying as long as you did was just a little... like, once we miss the first one, we should probably bail because they're spawning, and because you're fighting in their jungle, they are way closer. And they also had TP. The alternative, too, is to call for TP as well. I think we talked about this. I think it's something we need to work on for Nugget, is I think TPs aren't great for you. You miss opportunities quite frequently. And you do get first turret for this, so that's good. But I do think that was a TP opportunity. And then we just played too aggressive here. I think we die here in a minute. Oh, it's not this play. Okay. This is good. This is fine. They're trying to get this Drake. Somehow we steal it. It's unlucky. Give a kill to Draven, guys. Give a kill to Draven! This is so free. Oh, guys, give the kill. We need to be communicating about that. That's just a communications thing saying, hey, give it over to Draven, give it over to Draven. Because that, even though his stacks are crazy, that's still going to be helpful for him. So we should be trying to look a little bit more to get those kills. This is good. I think ulting the wave there is a little troll. I think you needed to drop the ult onto him. That was a really easy opportunity to... he's against a wall right here. If you throw the ult right here, or even right here, it gets the wave and him. Maybe it was just a misclick. But I don't think ulting the wave there did anything. And like I said, maybe that was just a misclick, which is okay. And we're doing good in terms of turrets right now. Like, I mean, in terms of the early macro, we did good. I like having the rotation to mid for the bot lane a little bit earlier. I liked doing that in this game particularly. I just think, like I said, I need to review more in depth. There's just so many opportunities where you guys could have dove or taken over the bot side jungle. But you guys are kind of... both mid and bot lane are sticking to their lanes and just like they push in and then they don't do anything. It should be invading. It should be doing stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about going this item. I don't know enough about Orange's current build paths. That item doesn't feel like it's crazy good here. This is just a know where your team's at kind of thing. You guys are not in a position to contest this. This is great. I know you're looking for a play. You either got to commit or get out. I got you guys staying there, walking up there, just weren't communicating in terms of where we were. And once he's dead, you either got to bail because you stay too long. I think you die because you end up staying. Yeah. Knowing that turret is probably gone. And right now, I mean, like, yeah, some things have gone poorly, but we're still even in gold. We're in an okay spot right now. They just did a little bit better in the team fights is all. That was good burst, so like we need to play like front to back this. I think that Orin isn't being aggressive and Amumu are not being aggressive enough here. So this is good. This is good. Boom, we get the CC. We're TPing there, which is kind of whatever. But we TP'd there. Like, guys, you guys should be playing very forward. We have Mumu's ult isn't quite up, but we should be playing super forward here. We just got a kill. This is good. This is good. Look to dive even. Like, why are we, like, we're resetting here, and this is not, why, we got a kill and then got 0 things on the map. Well, we had an opportunity to get deep vision. We had an opportunity to come up here and create vision around the Baron. Drake is respawning in a minute. So, and I understand, so you guys timers, so you guys were probably saying here, hey, Drake is in a minute. We need to reset. And that's correct. But you could have really quickly, it's at a minute right here, we could have been moving to drop vision really quickly now and then resetting, like doing something. Like you have 2 wards here, just dropping it really quick and then resetting. We still need to reset fairly quickly, but then only one of us resets. And did we get a lot like for the reset? I guess you did get Leandri's, which is good. But we still don't have any vision control in here. Like we have 1 pink. I guess we have this too. But we could have had this. That was an opportunity to get vision all in here. And that's where you guys want the vision, really. At this point, is we should have a vision right here. We should have vision right here, or right here. But we never used our kill to prep that. I don't like this ward. I think it's understanding that their team composition isn't really wanting to flank. It's an okay one, but he's here. I just think that's kind of a wasteful ward. We can sweep this area for wards, but I think that just getting the vision back here a little bit earlier would have been better. But you're still at 40 seconds, so you're not on a bad timer. So this isn't terrible. I think you could have used that kill to get a little bit better stuff, and you do good getting that vision. So I think this is fine. Ornn has TP. I do think that Ornn needs to TP really quickly. This is really hard, so you playing down here as Malzahar, you can't, you can push a wave. But talking with your team, you need to be positioned with your team, because we have no vision control in this area right here, where we really need some. We need something in probably here. If we can, something in probably here. And that's, like I said, on that kill, we probably could have gotten that vision a little bit better. It would have given us a little bit later of a reset timer, but I still think it would have been worth it. So that's, and I understand. I told, like, you know, our goal was, hey, better reset timers. But because we got a kill, it was a good opportunity to try and get deep vision. And you can be, when you have deep vision like that, it allows you to reset a few seconds behind the play because you can see exactly where everybody's moving. So I think we could have used that a little bit better. Particularly, like, we sent Ornn top, which is fine. Excuse me. But being split here, like I said, you're just extended here. You have 0 vision. You can't extend this. You can't extend up. Especially once you see him there. When you see him there, you can't do this. You 100% needed to bail. You needed to leave. You staying here after we saw him on vision and then walking directly into them absolutely just screws you. This is fine. You guys need to commit to this. And that was probably the losing play there. We're just so split. Like, look how split we are in this fight. So, one, Malzahar shouldn't have been. We saw the J4. You can't extend there because he walked up here. And even then, the reason that partially was because we didn't have any vision in this area or this area or this area or this area. So if we had known that, Malzahar wouldn't or shouldn't have extended. We still extended after we saw him. But that kind of screwed us. But, like, right here, okay, we're fine. Right now, Draven needs to be sprinting with your team. You hanging out in the mid lane here is really bad. Like, we should be, right when this commits, like, you have push, move. You need to move here. Like, you guys all need to be moving down. Let's see how you... I don't think this is the proper slash. So, like I said, so we shouldn't have seen this anyways. Anyways, you guys need to be more... Drave in particular needs to move earlier. Excuse me. We should be moving, like, we should push this wave and be moving. But when this play starts happening, forget the wave. Move. Move, move, move. So walking up, that's bad. Like I said, we saw him get vision here. You can't walk up because your team is so far away from you. You saw him clearing this part of the vision out. You cannot walk here. I know I've said that like 7 times. Can't walk there. But we do this play anyways, so we're going. I think he played the first part decently. I don't think that's the right flash. You need to try and flash towards your team. You run away further from your team. I do think in combination with that, you should be using your flash. You flash just to create distance instead of using it to dodge abilities. He doesn't have a slow yet, so like right here, so you should be flashing either an EQ combo or an E combo from Swain. So we need to hold the flash a little bit longer there. And you want to flash either this direction or get to this wall right here and flash here. Because your team can rotate down into this pit a lot easier, given Amumu's a little deep here. But I do think you guys need to call out that, hey, we're rotating, and you do everything you can to play toward your team. Rather than away from your team, you need to play towards your team. Because if you're running up here, your team's already right there. You also, if you would have held ult, like, honestly, he probably should have ulted you earlier and you flashed that. So this is fine. Like, we're committing one issue. One issue with this fight is Draven's positioning. We are just not in a good spot with Draven. And honestly, Draven should be just, like, flashing on something. Like, I would be flashing over walls. Little late on the flat. Oh. So unfortunate, but a little too aggressive. Like I said, we just need to be... The fight shouldn't have happened, first off, but we need to be on the same page. And having Draven up here while the rest of the team is trying to move to help Malzahar is really bad. And I think at this point, you say, forget it. I think right here on the Mumu, I think you have to realize, like, while this is like, oh, I'm trying to get there to help him, where he's at right now, it's fine. I understand that your desire to queue over the wall and try and help him. Your team has, unless they expend flashes, there's 0 chance that your team gets over here to help you. So as much as it's like, oh, I'm helping my team, it's really the commitment should have been here. And committing to these guys here, and so you trade your Malzahar and you try and kill the Milio and the Vayne. Instead, we're just so split, and then Rumble tries to help you. Again, at this point, you just can't. Like, you guys have to understand. Okay, he's dead. Trade for something else if we can. And you guys had a really good opportunity to go for Milio. And I know you flashed EQ or flash queued, but because of how split we were. Now Moo's in there by himself. We try and ult, so that's good. But we have Draven not any damage because he was behind on the rotation. We have Ornn in a 2v1. We have Amumu in a 2.5 or a 1v2.5 or a 3v2 1.5. 3v1.5 because he has Rumble ult. But Rumble also now his only damage he's getting right now is the ult, and then you just walk in and don't really do a lot. So I think you guys need to be communicating who is doing what in a team fight. Like, the communication was clearly so split there on every single person. Draven's behind on the play. Malzahar's in a position he shouldn't be in. Rumble moves down to help Amumu after he flashes in. Draven is moving over to help Ornn instead of like, oh hey, it's a 3v1, we probably die, but we have a chance to catch them here. 4v2. It's all a numbers game. That was a good try. Unfortunately, that's what lost the game. I don't think it was necessarily all on one player. I think we all made mistakes, and I think part of it started with Malzahar, then Draven, then split call in terms of Amumu and Rumble and Ornn and Draven. Like, it was everybody not in a great spot. Now, that all being said, we're only down about 1.5k gold right now, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Here's a little hard. Understanding where your team's at. You can't invade here. You definitely can't contest this. You don't know where... You have 0 vision of... Ornn's up here. No vision of Jax. your Rumble's kind of close, but they have an easier path, and you can see them here. You can't contest that. That's just and you. I think you realize that just a little. Realize it just a wee bit too late. We try and fight it. We just needed to bail. And then, like I said, it's just little mistakes here and there that they punish like that. I don't think you can test it. I think you just have to give. You dying there and giving over a 300 shutdown for nothing is not good either. That just snowballs it even further. So, I mean, that one was rough. That play changed from, because we contested that vision that we shouldn't have. It was went from a 1.5k gold lead to a 5k gold lead. And just because we keep contesting and when we should. It's all about ebbs and flows, push and pull. You can't contest this type of vision unless this has prio and this has prio and you have vision of the enemy team. Like I said, it's on Ornn here. You just can't. There's no reason that you're not gonna get it, and you're just giving over an additional shutdown. Yeah, this game snowballs from here, unfortunately. So yeah, I think, and so we're gonna go back real quick. Let's go back to the early game. I'm gonna focus on the Draven lane. Focus on Draven specifically. So we're gonna cruise through this really fast. Kirov's not here. I think it would be good for him to go over the pathing with you, Oni, on how to help snowball this. I think this is good. This is exactly what you guys should be doing. Great content. Like I said, this is great. I think you too hard committed towards this. I know you really wanted the scuttle. You should just straight up be brawling the G4 here. Like, forget the scuttle, just fight. He barely gets out. I think you just should have been brawling, but that's okay. But that was still good. Like, that's not a bad play. Like, you got the scuttle. That was still good. I just think you could have probably killed or gotten sums out of the J4 a little bit easier. Go to reset. We got a Drake, so this is good. I like this. I like how Malzahar kind of moved down. So when we do this, we could easily, like, right there was a gank opportunity. Why do we not get Drake and then just move straight down as a team? This wave is huge. It forces them to back off. Like, you could have just walked on down right here and contested this pretty easily, especially with how aggressive the Vayne is playing. I think it's part of it would just be to scare him off, but so I think how you guys are playing this is decent. I think Draven needs to be a little bit closer to damage, but you also need to be in a spot where, like, right there, you pushed them off CS. They couldn't get the CS, so that was fantastic. Like, how you're doing that, great. Why do we stop playing in the wave? We have vision, we have boards, we do not. Oh, cease. Oh man, getting sick. Yeah, so I think this is where I think you guys could have played up in that, and then once they show is when you back off. You guys could have been zoning really well there. When they do have vision there, like we ward here and we can't see it, we don't know where they are. We do have to be a little more careful. But I think you guys could have played way up. You could have been playing further up there earlier. And then once it crashes, you back off. Do you have flash there on the memo? It is up. This is a good. So we're clearing vision. This is good. You keep going. You just saw J4 reset. You knew they were low. Like, this is such a good opportunity for you to just go in, clear out vision, and maybe stop backs. So you just stopping, killing this ward, and then leaving is really bad. You need to go and clear out, and you should be checking out his entire jungle right now. You probably could have dove there if you guys set that up a little bit. Like I said a couple times, Balzar has perma push. He should be moving down to help you guys as well. It's one of the reasons we picked it. This is good. I think that's a little preemptive on the TP. We're going back and looking at that. You want to wait for J4 to commit. Doing it as like a scare tactic is kind of whatever. Once he EQs it, he should be able to, because there's no way he's gonna sacrifice himself here. If he commits to this right here. Oh, oops. Right there, you scare him off with a TP. I don't think you needed necessarily a TP there. It's fine. It's not the biggest deal. Again, though, we had opportunities to kind of look for dives to, like, we could have easily, we get the Drake. Mid is in a decent spot. Like, why not all rotate towards bot and scare them off? We could act like we're diving, force a TP. There's a bunch of different things we could do here. But we kind of just are all like, oh, go back to our lanes, when here it totally could have been, hey, force something bot really quick. Let's see if we can force it. Even if it doesn't get kills, we can get summoners. We can do all these different things to set up for future kills. And like I said earlier, there's no reason to back off that far. Playing in the wave. I do think, too, that you got mid and jungle should be doing what they can to protect bot lane in this matchup. Because they are going to gank. Again, here's another opportunity. Force a dive here. We have TP up. It says Malzahar does. This is Malzahar. Malzahar has TP up. Orin has TP up. We could 5-man right now. Why not 5-man? Well, we can absolutely just do a 5-man dive bot lane to try and snowball the bot lane. I don't think that would be a bad play. Get first turret. They're getting rift. I do think we were that it was a good try on the counter and gank. A little late, but that's not necessarily your fault. That's not your fault. It was a good stun by the Vayne. Okay, that's what I'm going to go over. So I do think there's opportunities that we could have, as a team, made plays bot, whether it be diving, setting up, freezing, using a Mumu to come and control vision in here. When we do have push, controlling vision in here, forcing us to do the jungling on the bot side of the map and giving them the top side of the map. There's a lot of opportunities that we had to make plays because we had prio bot lane. You're right, there wasn't a ton of gank opportunities, but there were dive opportunities, there were invade opportunities. Heck, you can, like, Malzahar moving down to help as well, or bot lane moving up to help mid as well. Like, there's so many opportunities where we could move around the map, and I think our biggest issue is more in the fact that we are not moving around the map when we do have priority. We're kind of like, okay, I'm standing and dancing in my lane rather than moving. So, just something to consider. I think that's all I wanted to cover for now. I may go more in depth later, but I am not feeling super hot. So for